EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the beautiful city of Seattle. We welcome you inside Lumen Field, the home of the Seahawks. This taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Throwing to open it up is Darnold. The pressure there got to him. He's hit as he threw it, and that pass falls incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. The tight end Fant in motion. Darnold to throw on 2nd down. And that one is incomplete. Penalty flag down, back in the backfield, in the area of holding. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. Open man, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable 3rd down, getting some good yardage on that 2nd down play.
They may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
3rd and short yardage, and here's Darnold. He's got the connection there to Valdez-Scantling.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
First carry now for Kenneth Walker. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Once again, it's Walker. And he'll get about 5. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. This one complete to his tight end, Fant. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Second and 7. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. That pass caught right side, Valdez-Scantling.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Here's Walker. Marked down at the 6. 2nd and goal. Throwing, Darnold. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
So can the defense come up with the early stop here on 3rd and goal? They'll try and throw. Here's Darnold. To the goal line and in. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Seattle. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Johnson now to return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Here comes Otten in motion. Here's Baker to begin with a pass. Throw left side, pulled in by Evans. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
And a nice tackle in the open field limits the gain to only 1. Here's a 2nd and 9. Here comes Otten in motion. A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Now he takes off. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a 1st down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Mayfield to throw it here on 1st down. That is caught. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
This is a great example here, Mike, of an offense and a quarterback that is just in complete control and rhythm. Not only is he able to deliver this ball on target downfield, but the accuracy is what allows his receiver to stay on his feet, pick up the remaining yards after the catch, and walks it in for a touchdown.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. Here's Steven Sims to return it. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. That one on target to Kupp. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. Second and a yard. Kupp in motion. On second down, Walker. And he's going to take this past the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. Second and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Darnold to throw. Now he'll run. 22 yards, the pickup there. First down, Seattle.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on a big scramble. He's able to pick up the first down and keep the drive alive.
Darnold now on 1st and 10. He'll take off again. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
A quarterback who can extend the play with his legs, Mike, is just such a key element to today's modern offenses. You can see there was nowhere for him to go with the ball, but he decides to turn into a runner, picks up a great gain, and ultimately a first down.
On the handoff, this is Walker. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. Throwing on second down, Darnold. And he's going to be taken down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
A run on 1st and goal. He is in. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Seahawks. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Johnson now to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense ready for their 2nd possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Here comes Otten in motion. Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10. That's caught. It's Bucky Irving.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. They send Godwin in motion. On second down, Baker. With the middle of the field, he's got Evans. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
Pass thrown deep for Godwin. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
And they'll have it across midfield, down at the opposing 46-yard line.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Mayfield. And the reception for Chris Godwin. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand. Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down? All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mayfield. That is caught. He got Godwin. So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. 14-7 is our score. Greg and I back in the Great Northwest in a moment. Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. A quick throw. That's complete on the slant. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
He's got it at the 3. And he is close to the pylon, but they say he's not in. But he's got the next best thing. No touchdown, but a first down. It's 1st and goal.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down. In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They've got him back at the 10.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive. And what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
It is brought in the end zone. Chris Godwin. Touchdown, Tampa.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
We are all square, 14 apiece the score as this one's away. On the return, here's Sim. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Seahawks offense ready to take over possession of the football. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. They'll start this drive with first down. That's out quick. It's Kupp on the RPO. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession's going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
So, first and 10 here now at the 38. To throw is Darnold. He'll get this complete to Walker. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. Kupp in motion. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a first down.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
On first and 10, here's Darnold. He's going to air this one out. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively all over him. And it'll be second down.
I'll tell you what, Mike, considering how this offense has played in the first couple possessions, I'm surprised that one wasn't completed. It seems like that's the first miss of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Continue to build on this momentum because so far they've come out hot in this one.
He was looking for Kenneth Walker out of the backfield. And it'll be third down.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make.
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Buccaneers offense ready to get back to work. This will begin at their own 13-yard line, so work to do starting with this 1st and 10. They go play action with Mayfield. Down the field, it's Evans. And they're going to move this all the way up near the 35-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
On 1st and 10, here's Baker. A pass pulled in by Irving. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. On play action, Mayfield. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Chris Godwin, the receiver he was looking for. 3rd down coming up.
I think that's one of those cases where he just tried to put a little bit too much on it and fit it into that window, Mike, and sails it high. Give his guy a chance to bring that one down. Put that ball on his chest and help him secure that catch. At this level, when you're that open, that ball has to be completed. Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
A fair catch taken here, and it's going to come right at the 15-yard line. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They'll work in a tie game here in the 2nd quarter and get started with 1st and 10. Throwing, Darnold. Connects with Kupp on the slant. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
From the gun, here's the give to Walker. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
3rd and short yardage, and here's Darnold. And that is incomplete. Cooper Kupp was the intended receiver. And now it's 4th down.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points. But after that 3rd down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Here's the Tampa Bay offense. They're going to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Baker Gonna give it to Irving. And a good run there. Gonna get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can draw up all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop. The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike, I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Here comes Otten in motion. Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. He was trying to fit that one in to Mike Evans. Now it's going to be 3rd down. To throw is Mayfield. Get this complete right side to Otten.
Seemed to me, Mike, before that ball was even snapped, the quarterback had already made up his mind. I'm throwing the ball to the tight end no matter what the look is, and he's counting on the big body picking up the rest after the catch, and even though he's able to secure the ball, nice job by the defense keeping him short of the sticks.
And no return on this one. Fair catch signaled for and taken. The Seahawks offense ready to see what they can do. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. On play action, here's Darnold. This finds Smith and Jigba along the sideline. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Straight ahead, it's Walker. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. Kupp in motion. They run on the jet sweep. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. And he cannot get away, brought down. And that sack will bring us to the 2-minute warning.
Just a great individual effort, and when you have a guy that can win his one-on-one matchups, now it becomes less about who's blocking him and how do we block him. Expect the offense to make some adjustments because right now, one-on-one, this defender is going to win every time.
Throwing on 3rd down is Darnold. The pressure all over him. He goes down again. Here's Michael Dixon now, as he is on to kick it for Seattle. Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. The Buccaneers offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll start out first down and 10. Mayfield. Quick throw out wide. It's caught.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Here's 2nd and 2. Now Mayfield. That one knocked away and incomplete. Devin Witherspoon with the tight coverage as he knocks it away.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else. This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing is Mayfield. Right back to Evans. He's got it again. And good yardage there after the catch to wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
He's got it! And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal. Here comes Otten in motion. Off the play fake, it's Mayfield. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes. First down was not very good. Here's 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Mayfield. That's over the middle of the tight end, Otten. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 10.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
One final throw before the break. This is caught toward the side of the end zone. Chris Godwin. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. That's his 2nd touchdown so far here in the first half.
You hear coaches, you hear commentators, everybody talks about that middle 4, Mike, the final 2 minutes of the 2nd quarter and the first 2 minutes of the 3rd quarter. Here they are now. They go down and they steal a late touchdown to end the half. Remember, they're going to get the ball first coming out of the break.
Final 2nd now of this first half, as this one is away. This kick is fielded in the end zone. but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Darnold to throw. He'll let this one go deep down the right sideline. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Buccaneers offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. A give. This is Irving. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Tyrese Knight in on the tackle. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Mayfield to throw. Gets this one into the hands of his receiver, Godwin. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup. The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown, you're thinking 1st down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
Kicking time for the Bucs. They'll punt it away. A fair catch taken, and they're going to start right at their own 20-yard line. The Seahawks offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Darnold. 1st down throw there is incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Throwing on 2nd down, Darnold. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out? Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
The Seahawks sending out their punt team, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Bucs offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Here comes Otten in motion. Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. That's caught left side by Otten. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. First and 10. Tight end going in motion here. They'll run with Irving. And he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. Boye Mafe in on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing is Baker. Looking to set up the screen there, but he decides not to force it, and it's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
That's caught. It's Evans. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
And some good footwork there. He'll take this forward for a gain of 8. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. That's thrown quickly, taken in by Godwin. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield. So that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game. You just can't say enough about how hard it is to play cornerback in today's modern NFL, Mike. I mean, not only are these wide receivers better than ever, but the way the rules are written, you're really out there on an island with not a lot of options. Your technique has to be perfect. Your timing has to be perfect. It's exactly what we saw here, and he makes a great play on the ball.
He'll try to keep the drive rolling, facing 3rd and 6. To throw is Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
McLaughlin's kick is good. And the Buccaneers going to extend their lead. It's now 24-14.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
McLaughlin hit the field goal a moment ago, and now he's back to kick this away. On the return, here's Sims. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense about ready to take over once more. The deficit is 10, 24-14. So work to do as they come up for 1st and 10. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Levante David doing his work on defense. They'll run here with Walker. And a good tackle out wide will hold him to a gain of just 3. Here comes 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. Got it with Smith and Jigba. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
He'll get this complete to Walker. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
They'll mark him down there at the 33, but that is good enough. A run gives them a 1st down.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the 1st down.
Off the play fake. Here. Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down. That's Hassan Reddick getting in there to bring him down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
This one complete to his tight end, Fant. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
That pass caught right side, Valdez-Scantling.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks are able to get it back within a score.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Johnson now to return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The visitors' offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll run it. It's Irving. Into the secondary, past the 40. And he'll be taken down as he takes it just shy of midfield.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. The next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
Mayfield to throw it here on 1st down. The middle of the field, he's got Evans. He's close to a 1st down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
Here's Irving. And he will have the 1st down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chains. They send the tight end in motion. Down the field, it's Evans. And he gets marked out of bounds, but inside the 5-yard line. It is a big play for the Buccaneers. 38 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They'll go again from the 3. It is 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. He slams it in there, and he is in. Bucky Irving. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The home team's offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. The tight end Fant in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Darnold. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
So after picking up some positive yardage on 1st down, they end up going backwards on 2nd. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Kicking time for the Seahawks. They'll punt this one away, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. This returnable from inside his own 40. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The visitors' offense ready to get back at it. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. There's that man again. Another catch. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Right back to Evans. He's got it again. And he's going to be run out after a gain of about 6, but that'll be good enough for a 1st down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And they'll take this down inside the 35.
2-possession lead, 4th quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stopping it.
On 1st and 10, here's Baker. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. From the gun, it's Mayfield. A pass pulled in by Irving. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge 1st down conversion, fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
They send Evans in motion. On the handoff, it's Irving. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Baker gonna hand it to White. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
Here's 3rd and 7. On 3rd down, it's White. So Chase McLaughlin will come in, and they'll try a field goal. This from extra point range, a 33-yard field goal attempt. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Bucs add on to their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
McLaughlin hit the field goal a moment ago, and now he's back to kick this away. On the return, here's Sim. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Seahawks offense ready to get back at it. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. To throw is Darnold. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down.
So the receiver does everything right, except for the most important part. He runs a nice route, he creates great separation downfield, but now you just got to finish that thing off with a catch.
Darnold to throw on 2nd down. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
He gets that to his big target, Vance. That pass play good for 22. It's good for a Seahawks 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Darnold to the air once more. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
Pass is completed to Cup, and they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
RPO and a quick hit to Smith and Jigba. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. The run up the middle, it's Walker. And he is not going to get away. might have gotten a yard, but it will set up third down. They'll try and run it with Walker. And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a first and goal as strong running takes them down to the 9. On play action, here's Darnold. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You can just see the reaction on the sideline. This defense thought they had themselves a critical stop. The mantra down here for all defensive coordinators, Mike, is takeaways, field goals. That's what you're trying to do, and, man, they were this close to coming away with a huge takeaway.
They'll try and throw. Here's Darnold. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
The offense will stay out there, but they've got some yards to pick up. 4th down and goal. Here's Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. They roll the dice, 4th and goal, but they're going to wind up being turned away by the defense. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Irving. And slim pickings there to about the 12-yard line. Second down and 8. They'll go again here with Irving. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. Right back to Irving. Irving's got a first down, still going. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. A gain there of 15. It's a first down for Tampa Bay. They'll stay on the ground. Well, they weren't going to get him the second time with the same back. Defense all over that one. They stop him for no gain.
In order for you to be able to operate out of this 4-3 style defense, Mike, the key is your defensive tackles, their ability to penetrate, their ability to be game wreckers. That's exactly what we saw here. His ability to get back there, make the stop at the line of scrimmage, keep it to no gain.
On second down, a run with Irving. And the defense all over this one. They knock him down. It'll go down as a loss of 2.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
So, a win here for the visiting Bucs. They were the aggressors from the start, able to dictate the pace of play, and in the end, they come away with the victory. So, that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.